After clearing away the thick cane brakes of the southern Louisiana-Mississippi riverfront and struggling for more than 40 years to carve a successful colony out of the southern wilderness of Louisiana, 1718, the French-Canadian Jean-Baptiste Lemoyne, Sieur de Bienville, founded what we now know to be the city of New Orleans. New Orleans, about 1 foot above mean Gulf level, and with the Mississippi rising in the spring, is sure to be flooded, usually about 2 feet of water throughout the houses. 1723, engineer Adrien de Porguer reports the necessity of the construction of the first levee.
Workshops and buildings are seen to rise everywhere, so that New Orleans is growing before our very eyes. There is no longer any doubt that it is going to become a great city. Succeeding 1/3 century of Spanish military rule and countless catastrophes, the colony known as New Orleans is officially transferred to the United States. Population some 35 times its size 1 century before. Mayor Martin Berman presides over the city, surviving numerous disasters including flooding and fires. Berman's administration facilitates growth in every direction. The city is resilient.
Hurricane Betsy is expected to roar out of the Gulf of Mexico with winds of 150 miles per hour striking the city. Storm surges overtop the levees and cause devastating flooding. The city again thrives through recovery.
I'm Ray Nagin. I care deeply about the loss of jobs and businesses in this city, and I want to take New Orleans to the next level. This is my city, and I love it. I'm Ray Nagin, and that's why I'm running for mayor.
Clarence R. Nagin, Jr., otherwise known as C. Ray Nagin.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
I began this campaign with a vision for New Orleans. We all dream of a decent place to raise our kids. Neighborhood One, just another way we build it one New Orleans.
New Orleans is a magical city, and I'm pleased to announce that Trump International Hotel and Tower will soon be with you.
Conventions are key to New Orleans' economy, accounting for billions of dollars in revenue.
New Orleans has put its mind and spirit into making it a fantastic destination.
The heritage of the city itself is a big part of American culture. But I tell you, the French Quarter is packed with visitors.
The Big Easy lives off tourism, and that means depending on a certain image.
CNN is your hurricane headquarters. We are watching a Category 5 hurricane, Hurricane Katrina, as it makes its way towards the city of New Orleans. Expected landfall about 5 to 8 a.m. tomorrow morning.
I think we probably have evacuated 75 to 80% of the citizens out of this city. And normally people would say, well, if you can get 60% of the people out, you're doing a great job.
The most expensive and one of the most deadly natural disasters in U.S. history.
We just can't think that disasters are the domain of Gulf states.
I had to leave out of my house, man. I don't know whether that water's coming over that levee or what.
The storm missed us.
I can't hear you.
The storm went east.
So you haven't heard about that water coming over that levee from the lake?
No. Check it out.
Because the water started rising so high on my 2-story apartment, I had to get out, man.
Where's that at?
Right across the Lord Robinson overpass.
This is a national disaster. Get every doggone Greyhound bus line in the country and get their asses moving to New Orleans.
They need help that they're not getting.
People are absolutely under the wrong impression if they think that they are protected. It's not true.
We've been lied to all these years by the federal government.
Before Hurricane Katrina, the image that most people had of New Orleans was of the Big Easy, home to great jazz, languid living, Cajun food, the French Quarter. Then the storm came and the levees broke. One of America's great cities became a waterlogged graveyard.
To live here has never been easy. This is not a new thing.
It's just appalling to me as an American.
New Orleans was never going to be the way it should be without the storm. The storm has given us openings to do things that I do not think would have happened otherwise.
I mean, there is life here in this city.
If you've seen one ribbon cutting, you have not seen them all.
Forward to a new New Orleans.
It's time for us to rebuild a New Orleans, the one that should be.
Welcome back on a beautiful night in New Orleans as the Superdome has reopened for business.
Jazz Fest 06 brought the locals back.
Carnival parade season got underway this week, and for a few hours Saturday, there was pure joy along the Uptown Parade route. A familiar scene few would have dared to hope for. First major convention since Hurricane Katrina.
Essence has just definitely put a good taste on New Orleans.
Mahalia Jackson Theater is well underway.
This part of our region is ready to operate.
Sanitation contracts mark the height of a city on a comeback.
New information to tell you about this afternoon about when ground will be broken for the proposed Trump Hotel and Condominium Tower over on Poydras Street.
The building will be 70 stories high, and it will be built right here.
This magnificent tower offers the most elegant living, the most luxurious living anywhere on the Gulf Coast.
We can help rebuild New Orleans together.
New Orleans is back.
We send a signal to the world that New Orleans is resilient, its spirit can't be broken, and that this city is going to be better than ever.
There is no way to imagine America without New Orleans.
Our goal is to create one of the best waterfronts in the world. And to get there, we hired the best design team in the world.
To try to think not of recovery, but of the future. And this great city will rise again.
But better days are ahead for that city.
This is the model for urban planning in New Orleans. This is how they want it to be.
We have to create an environment for things to happen in this city, and that's definitely happening. The future's pretty bright.